Hello everyone. Today we will see how to deploy web application on Google's App Engine. So first of all, let me just quickly introduce you what App Engine is. App Engine is Google's fully managed serverless platform for building and deploying the scalable web applications on Google Cloud Platform. So they are being deployed on Google's managed data centers. So Google takes care of all the infrastructure related issues. So it's called as platform as a service. You just need to focus on the web application that you want to deploy. Rest of the things like compute and storage and infrastructure, availability, disaster management, data recovery, failovers, fault tolerance, so that all being taken care by Google Cloud Platform. You don't need to worry about it. So this is a very quick uh, introduction about what App Engine is. It's very fast, scalable, and easy to use. Anyone can deploy the websites, host their web content or web application on Google Cloud Platform without worrying of the hardware or infrastructure related stuff. So to get started, we will need one simple web application. So if you want to explore web applications that are already available as sample examples for Google Cloud Platform, you just type Python doc samples GitHub, and then it will go to the Google Cloud Platform repository. This one, in this repository, this Google Cloud Platform organization contains repository Python doc samples. You just take clone of it. All the examples, not only App Engine, all the Google Cloud Platform components has its sample code examples. All will be available. So just do git clone. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the repository is cloned. I will go inside the repository. It contains App Engine folder. Yeah, so there are two different versions or types of App Engines. One is a standard, another is flexible. So standard is about like there are some language support or runtimes which are supported. So for standard, there are some basic language support like Node.js, Java, Ruby, CH, Go, Python, PHP. But if you want more support on any other runtimes, programmatical support, then the flexible environment is more useful if you want to run the other runtime web applications. So there are some differences. So you can just go inside standard, and there are plenty web applications that can be hosted, but I will just show you the Angular web application. So yeah, so see, I'll clear the screen. So if you guys see inside the Angular application, there are some files. This is main.py, model.py. These are the actual code files where the development code is written. There are some scripts and there are some uh, other files also, and one folder app. But the for installing or deploying any web application on App Engine, your application should contain this app.yaml file. So this YAML file extension is always used for deployment configurations. So here also for App Engine, we use YAML configuration file. So if I show you what exactly inside this App Engine, there are some handlers written, like for example, on your website, if you go to rest slash star main.application is the script. If you go to some other URLs, like on only slash, the index.html is the page that will be shown. So there are some handlers and other configuration details, like what is the runtime, it's Python, and what is the API version. So these are some details which are mentioned in the app.yaml. Very important file. Then there is one folder, app. inside which there are some visual application files, for example CSS, then actual HTML index.html file. So if you see, this is the index file, which is basically acting as a home page for the web application and the other stuff. So last one is scripts folder. Oh, scripts. So yeah, so there are some deploy scripts. So this is overall the web application which is already available on the this repository. You can use it. I will show you how to deploy this web application on App Engine. So first of all, if you are running App Engine first time, it may not be enabled, or it will not show anything on the dashboard. But if you deploy the first application, it will show you, and also the billing will start. So make sure that whenever you are deploying, you either disable the application if it's not required, otherwise that can be up and running 24/7. So let's start. So before deploying the web application on actual App Engine, we can just test this application if that works properly, function properly. So for that, you have to use dev app server.py file. Oh, just wait. Dev dot py. Oh, wait. Something is missing. Okay, we are here. Yeah, sorry. So I was inside the vi editor, so that's why it opened. I will need this command, like, which is a script dev app server.py and then app.yml file, which is our configuration. So what this dev app server.py does is, it will just deploy your application on localhost. Generally we do it on local machines, right? We install everything, we deploy your application, and then when it's running, it's basically running on localhost 8080 port. So similarly here also, it's running on localhost 8080 port, but inside our Cloud Shell environment, or inside your Google Cloud session. So if you want to web preview the application on 8080, you can see the web application running. So this is what the web application is, which was already installed using the dev server.py. So this is the application. So you can just write details and then submit. You can update the details, you can delete the details, you can add more invites, and you can just continue it, doing it. This is how the application is built, and this is how we can use it, even though it's currently running on localhost. But this, we just wanted to test this application, so it's working fine. So you can close it, web, and then here control C. So using dev app server.py, we tried and tested this application on localhost 8080 port. Now it's time to actually deploy the web application on Google App Engine. So for that, you have to deploy your application using gcloud command. Deploy. Okay. Okay. So here what happened is, I have already deployed the same application previously. So you can just go to App Engine, and I just disabled that application previously. So it's saying that you cannot deploy the web application which is already deployed and which is disabled, because I disabled it because I didn't want to, have the billings continued on this application. So let me first enable the application. I guess, yeah, go to settings, enable application. So this is uh, happening because I'm trying to redeploy my application, but before creating this video, the same application I have already deployed on my app engine, so that's why it is asking me, and also I disabled it previously, so it's asking me to enable the application first. Otherwise, if you are doing it first time, it will not ask you anything. Yeah, so application is enabled. Let me retry here. Okay, and if you are doing it first time, it will also ask you the region and zone, so you can give equivalent region and zone. And there is one prompt, do you want to continue, so you can continue. So it's not uploading much files now because it has previously deployed or uploaded files, but sometimes it takes more time if it's first time. Otherwise it will just run quickly, just as it's doing it right now. Okay, so you can see the details. Target project is Jarvis, target URL is this. Okay, so if your application is being deployed properly, you can type this command gcloud app browse, and this is the URL. It shows that this application is up and running, and this is the URL. Also you can see the same application which is hosted on App Engine. So this is the URL of your app engine. Also it will show you summary, how many times the REST request are request and responses are hit on this website, what is the instance summary, what is the billing status, front end, outgoing bandwidth, everything is being tracked. What is the current load on all the API URI API URIs like delete, update, insert, which are the REST APIs. So what are the number of requests till now? So this application was previously installed, so that's why it can show you the accumulated results. Otherwise, if it's initial, it will not show you anything. So you can just go to visit that website again, because the same website we tried on localhost, it was working. Now we are going to this URL, and now also it's working. So this is a fresh application because it's not tracking the details that were on localhost. It's a separate hosting on web app as a web application on internet. So we can say anything. Peter Johnson, submit. Jack Daniels. Okay, so this is how it works. So to split, this is my project ID. This is my region. Then the appspot.com is the default uh, domain that it gives. But if you want to change the domains, you can go to settings, and then you can provide the custom domains inside this setting. Add a custom domain or register a new domain using the Google Domains service, where you can have a paid domains like .com, .in, and with the name that you desired names along with the SSL certificates, because Google will provide you the auto renewing SSL certificates for the security. Okay, so this was the app engine that was hosted. So now if I want to change something on my website, so for example, if I will go to app folder, there is one index.html. Okay, index.html file, and if you see, it was showing AngularJS guest list, right? So I don't want to have AngularJS name. I just want to change it. Okay, let's data guest list. Okay, so if you change something, you need to redeploy the application. So this is what it is. So you need to redeploy it. I need to deploy it again using, okay, what it says is gcloud app. Okay, I'm inside app folder. Let me come back, and then gcloud app deploy app.yml. It's a very quick process. You don't need to worry about what should be the instance size, what should be the compute, how much RAM, how much cores and CPUs, for how what should be the client server architecture. I don't need to worry about anything. Even my application is monolith or microservices, you can take use of it. You can deploy your application using App Engine, and the infrastructure is being taken care by Google Cloud Platform. So it's basically a platform as a service. So let's see whether your application has the latest change. Oh, so it's not being reflected because we didn't refresh this page, I believe, or maybe we didn't save it properly. Let me check. hmm Okay, seems like deployment didn't change it. So we will try to redeploy the application again in the same region. Guest list. Yeah, even if I deployed the application again, it should refresh all the contents it saved previously. Okay, so that was the heading. Oh, let me deploy the application again with all the changes which are required. So you can go through all the details. File upload done, updating service. Okay, so maybe files are not getting uploaded properly. So that's why it's not actually getting the change inside the new deployment, because we are pretty much sure that the change is there, but the change is not getting reflected when we are actually deploying the application. So for that, we can do one thing. So whatever index.html we are changing, we'll see if that is part of the Angular app.yml. So if it's not, it will not show you. So let me change it again just to make sure that it is reflecting the changes. Okay. Mm, let me go to YAML. Yeah, if you see, static files and upload both are for the slash, like home location of your website. So ideally it should reflect all the changes, but maybe because at the time of redeploying it, so it was not getting reflected, right? So what we will do is we will just try to deploy it locally first. So you can, if you can remember the command, this one, right? So this was actually deploying app.yml to its local environment, localhost. So see, it is reflecting. We just removed AngularJS, right? And as it's tested now, we can deploy application.yml file also. It's not, yeah. So now it's trying to upload one file, which is obviously it's a app.yml file. It got the change, and it will definitely reflect it on your hosted environment on the App Engine. So App Engine also uses the infrastructure provided by Google, like the Google Compute itself, but it's like you don't need to manage it, Google will manage. And also if you see the details here, there are some target project which is your own project, then target versioning is also maintained, then the deployment service account is App Engine default service account. You can use your own if you want to have complete control on deployment process, or completely personalizing the accessibility for your own. So if I go to this website now, it's not changing. This is because this deployment will only be reflecting the latest change, because your application was already deployed. And if it was already deployed, that means this change is not properly communicated to the server itself. If you want to you know uh, mention that this is the change, you need to redeploy your application by making sure that you disable the application, or some way you are providing a downtime, and then you are redeploying the application again, so that it will reflect the latest changes. Or it's takes some time because it has all the background processes running the compute inside the Google. It takes some time to the server itself, which is hosting this web application, which is a backend, which needs to get updated its meta list, so that it should know that yes, AngularJS is not part of it. So sometimes REST calls take some times to come to browser, so keep refreshing, and yes, this is now changed to the guest list. So it takes time, just you need to refresh, but it's quite quick process. Within 5 minutes you can deploy the web application on Google Cloud Platform, on Google App Engine. It's very fast and very easy to deploy applications. So this was it, guys. If you like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my